Hello and welcome back. This is chapter 6, The Fight Part First. And now I'm going to explain page number 46 to you. So here we go. When Ranji saw the pool, he did not hesitate to go into it. He had often gone swimming, alone or with friends when he had lived with his parents in a thirsty town in the middle of the Rajputana desert. So here this line say, Ranji had a great feeling when he discovered the pool. For him, the sight of the pool was refreshing. He always went for swimming there at his native place in the middle of Rajputana desert, and there sometimes he went to the pools alone and on the other occasion with his friends. Next part now. There he had known only sticky muddy pools where buffaloes wallowed and women washed clothes. He had never seen a pool like this, so clean and cold and inviting. He leapt into the water. His limbs were supple, free of any fat, and his dark body glistened in patches of sunlit water. So here this line say, the pools were completely different there. There were muddy pools, for mud and sand would dissolve in water as it got stirred by buffaloes and women washing their clothes in the water. This pool here was so clean and cold and thus welcoming. He jumped into the water. His body seemed flexible with his thin body, but his dark skin shone in small pots of sunlit water. Next part now. The next day he came again to quench his body in the cool waters of the forest. He was there for almost an hour, sliding in and out of the limpid green water and lying stretched out on the smooth yellow rocks in the shade of the broad-leaved salt trees. Ranji went to the pools the next day too, to get some relief from the extreme heat conditions. He enjoyed the bath there in the cold water for an hour, sliding in and out of it. He would then lay stretched on the smooth yellow rocks under the shade of salt trees which has broad leaves. Next part now. It was while he lay thus that he noticed another boy standing a little distance away, staring at him in a rather hostile manner. The other boy was a little older than Ranji, taller, thick-set, with a broad nose and thick red lips. He had only just noticed Ranji, and when Ranji did not say anything, the other cried out, "What are you doing here, mister?" So here this line say, at that point, while he lay on the rock, that he noticed the presence of one more boy standing a little distance away. Strangely, that new fellow there looked at him with fixed eyes. His look was not one of a friend's, but of an enemy. The other boy was slightly on the higher side of age and build. He also had broad nose and thick red lips. As Ranji paid no undue attention to the boy, the other one spoke out in a rough manner, addressing him as Mr. and asked what he was doing there. Next part now. Ranji, who was prepared to be friendly, was taken aback at the hostility of the other's tone. "I am swimming," he replied. "Why don't you join me?" So here this line say, Ranji was shocked to find the aggressive posture of the boy. Aggression in tone was disturbing for him, though Ranji had thought of striking friendship at the beginning. He replied to the boy and said he was swimming and suggested him to join it. Next part now. "I always swim alone," said the other. "This is my pool. I did not invite you here." The stranger rode up to Ranji, who still sat on the rock, and planting his feet firmly on the sand, said, as though this would settle the matter once and for all, "Don't you know I'm a warrior? I don't take replies from villagers like you." So here this line say, the boy responded saying he always swam alone because it belonged to him and he never invited him to swimming, so he must go. Saying this, the boy walked over to Ranji. He was not bothered at all and he continued to sit on the rock. This boy now put his feet firmly on the sand in a manner as though that would fix the issue forever. Then he said assertively that he was a warrior and that he did not take replies from a villager like Ranji. So this is all for now. Thank you.